Hello and Happy New Year to everyone who celebrates. We are smack dab in the middle of the Jewish high holidays, having celebrated Rosh Hashanah just last week. And then this Saturday, I will be observing Yom Kippur. Generally, I feel very festive during the Jewish high holidays. I love sharing in the Rosh Hashanah celebrations with friends and family. And while Yom Kippur is a solemn holiday for prayer and atonement, it is also very uplifting to have a day of reflection to reset my energy in preparation for the year ahead. This year, it's hard not to feel a little bit unsettled during the high holidays. There is so much unrest in this world, not the least of which is occurring in Israel and throughout the Middle East. And that's just one of many places of conflict on our planet, including our own home here in the United States. While I have no control personally over what's going on in the rest of the world, I can't help but ask myself what it is that I can do in my own sphere of influence to find more peace for others, myself, and create peace for everyone. As with everything, it starts within. One of the best ways for me to be part of a positive change in the world around me is to do my best to show up as the best version of myself every single day. That means making sure I get plenty of rest, which is getting easier on these beautiful, crystal clear, cool autumn nights. We love those, don't we? It also means that I have to be mindful to offer grace and compassion to myself and to others in all possible ways. For example, when it comes to how I treat myself, I often beat myself up when I need to rest more and as a result get fewer things accomplished on my to-do list. But lately I've been giving myself grace to take naps when necessary. I always want to get my thank you postcards out right after the MS fundraiser, but this year I am knocking them out a few at a time, and I'm okay with that. When it comes to how I treat others, I really do my best to be kind and compassionate in all situations, but I have to say I'm not perfect at it. In fact, when I was working on last month's video blog with my content creation coach, I wanted to make a few edits and I was having troubles expressing what I wanted to change. My brain was kind of jumbled and my frustration with myself caused me to be a little bit more aggressive than I would have preferred. Fortunately, we have a great long-term relationship and he knows me so well that he was able to invite me to shift my energy in a way that didn't elevate any sort of conflict. I was so grateful and found myself thinking, wouldn't it be nice if we could all approach things with more grace and compassion? Then just a couple of weeks ago, I was at my monthly PWCC luncheon. In case you missed last month's video blog, at one point I talked about how important my relationship with the Professional Women's Club of Chicago is to me. One of the things we do at the PWCC gatherings is we all have a chance to go around and deliver our elevator pitch, which is a quick synopsis of our background, experience, and vocational purpose. We used to take turns where everybody who wanted to was given a chance to facilitate the roundtables where we shared our elevator pitches. But more recently, they've made it so only board members are allowed to facilitate those roundtable discussions. Well, I guess I must have had some stuck energy as it related to that, because one of my friends at PWCC pointed out to me that I was being a little bit defensive and aggressive at our recent committee meeting when it came up. When I sat down and thought about it further, I realized that the real issue was that I was just sad. I really enjoyed facilitating the roundtable discussion when it was my turn, but I also accept that as a person living with multiple sclerosis, my cognitive ability doesn't always allow me to be the best moderator. Now, it doesn't make me the worst moderator either, but I guess I was sort of taking it personally that they made the decision to only allow board members to facilitate. And in truth, that decision probably had nothing to do with me at all. Once I was able to shift my perspective, I realized that it would be far better for me to show up with grace and compassion in that particular situation, and really in all situations. There is such great value in crystal clear communication. Much like those crystal clear autumn nights which give me peaceful rest. Crystal clear communication helps limit the number of times people can add their own story or subtext to the words, which in turn creates more peace in pretty much all situations. When we consistently show up in our lives coming from a place of grace and compassion, it's as if we are inscribing an energy of peace in our hearts that can help us create more good in the world. During Rosh Hashanah, we often greet one another with the Hebrew phrase, Lishana Tova. Lishana Tova is the shortened version of the traditional Hebrew salutation, Lishana Tova Tikvatenu. This phrase has a much deeper meaning than just the words Happy New Year, though. The full meaning as it translates from Hebrew to English is, may you be inscribed and sealed for a good year in the book of life. These are interesting, transformational, and sometimes volatile times that we are living in right now. My pledge to you is to continue to show up with as much grace and compassion as I can, and to always do my best, even if I'm not perfect. So I say to you once again, Lishana Tova Tikvatenu. Here's to creating a world of peace, one small ripple at a time. See you in November, my friends, and in the meantime, don't hesitate to reach out or reply. I always love to hear from you. Ciao, ciao for now.